Just typing in. Wow, the video quality is different, so. Evening, everybody. Just thought I'd try something. Try streaming from the living room just to see how this would look. Just mostly out of curiosity since my hubby is away for now. And that way, less likely to have somebody just walk in on me spontaneously. The camera's a bit far away. I'm working with a different lighting source. I'm trying not to see all that washed out. How about there? So yeah, anybody watching this, if anybody just happens to get on this late, just let me know if you guys can't hear me from where I am, because this is like a big couch, and even though I'm about like 3-4 feet away from the television, the microphone is about like a foot away from me. So I might have to actually talk louder than I'm normally used to talking. So yeah. Normally I do all the grinding parts off screen because these tend to be boring. Or I tend to exploit in-game, in-game mechanics or glitches or bugs just to not have to grind as much. Okay, right to this guy. So this isn't a story quest. Something about chasing the bear around and finding all these shards. Although I did want to go buy some. Have to not be in combat. Did want to buy some more weapons and stuff because stuff is nice. Well, they're not weapons, they're the schematics for the weapons. But they cost a pretty penny, and normally you'd either have to choose whatever you actually think you're going to use, but the schematics don't tell you how good any of the items are, other than they might be the more advanced ones, the Mastercraft versions of whatever set armor that you're going to create, but it won't tell you what kind of specs you might be able to create out of them, or how much materials they would use, because usually the more base materials it requires, the better the armor. So instead, why not just dupe a bunch of items that sell for a lot of money and then just buy it all. Not the creator's intent, but your game isn't all that much fun to try to grind and make money or do the stupid repeatable money things and earn 100 gold every 12 minutes. It's ridiculous. So anyways, apparently they haven't patched this out, and most versions might have patched this out in the Xbox One version from what I was reading. But essentially what you want to do is that you can withdraw and cancel out at the same time out of the party storage thing. And see, I don't have anything really worthwhile. You will why the hell do I have there are two different versions of these. And you will simultaneously withdraw it but not withdraw it, thus creating two items. You do that until your heart's content, or until you've filled out your inventory. Go sell it and profit. So what I like to do withdraw a few things from the weapons. Now, some things are obviously worth way more than others. But what I prefer to do is see which of my items are worth more. Honestly, I could probably just delete a bunch of these items. So, Sledge End is worth 3.5, essentially almost 7. Okay, do I even want to keep this? No. I'm not selling it. Yeah, I'm not keeping those either. Honestly, I should really just... you can't withdraw those runes off of the... so I'm just gonna go ahead and just sell these because honestly I have no intention of ever using them. I'd rather just craft my own items because you can make pretty much anything better than any of the items I could find. This is something I'll have to admit that they actually did a good job about. Actually, you know what? Let's just go ahead and do this because otherwise we're just gonna have to put up with that. Honestly, the more items you have in your inventory, the longer it takes for it to just do its load because Frostbite apparently is crap. I don't know why I'm so negative today. Okay, so that load time wasn't nearly as bad as previously. But obviously we're going to want our inventory mostly empty. Although selling some of this stuff is already filling our pockets. So as you can see, that's actually probably worth a lot more than any of these weapons. Even though I believe I have a joke item. Yeah, cheese. I don't even know how good that is. Funny. But, whatever. So, either of these, it doesn't matter. That one's going to be the first one that pops up, so... let's just sell everything. So what I'm gonna do is, oh, I know why. Should just deposited it, but whatever. Probably because they're in my Frostbite. Awesome. There we go. So we're going to deposit this, and now we withdraw and back out at the same time by hitting X and O. And as you can see, well, guess it didn't work that time. Oh, wow. I'm terrible at this today. There we go. time making money was this easy. Well, while I'm here, so far nobody in the party or in the chat. Got plenty of people in this party. Hope everybody's doing well. Upload a new video today. A small quickie on my thoughts on entertainment, or toes. Toes, as I call. That was so clever when I came up with that. Because why not? Gotta try to make it all gimmicky, because that's how you get attention on YouTube. Well, new video on the House of Beef. That's actually it's enjoyable. And it, like I said, I don't particularly have a fetish for buff men. I mean, as I intentionally dress up my Kunari character in something that is very revealing. Gotta show off them Kunari nipples. Oh, not buff man. Yeah, they're sexy, but I don't particularly have like a, I only like buff men or like to masturbate to them exclusively or anything. Or they like hit just the right buttons. Yeah, they're good looking. It's nice. You can definitely admire all the work they put into their muscles to make them big and stuff. Although there is sort of a point that I have to where it starts getting too big, too bulgy, too veiny, and it's a little too, it gets off-putting. But yeah, Bradford, or Brawford, his name's Brawford, I believe. Brawford is, like his work is, when it comes to him drawing his muscle furries, it's just at that right level. It's a little past where I would probably be, I guess I would find it a little intimidating if I were ever to try to approach a guy like that. But not too far to where it's unsexy. And I don't want to say any comparisons in my thoughts on entertainment video on it, but like, yeah, way better than Manzurna Peaks, or definitely way better than Manstorm. Oh, what's that even called? Manstorm? Yeah, Manstorm in the Heroes of Might or whatever. Yeah, that was way too much, way too muscly. Which is weird because the Team Gachi Muchikon's seminal classic, Meatlog Mountain, also a little too far, too big and muscly, to where it's a little disturbing. But I think the fact that they were drawn by a pretty good artist and they had pretty interesting characters, made them a little more enduring. And then you also had like certain levels too of muscular. You had like normal human muscular, not super buff, but just the right level. Just the right level. Then of course you had a big buff orc, and still, even then, I think just a little past the level where I'd be comfortable with. And then of course you got the oversized demon, which honestly, the first time I played it, I found him a little off-putting, but when I revisited a few years ago, I enjoyed him a little more. And I think I got a newfound appreciation for him, even though his muscles are still a little too much for me. I especially like him in the second game. But yeah, no, those characters don't translate well into 3D art, especially when they're not particularly good. But that's neither here nor there, and I really need to do a Menzer and a Peaks review. I wanted to put one out right after I finished doing a Let's Play, but life. I couldn't find the right words either. I already sort of knew what I wanted to do in terms of a review, and I still kind of want to do the same thing. Although, now being like, following who I follow, people probably think I'm probably copying other people, taking inspiration, and honestly, I had similar ideas at the time before I even started watching certain people like ContraPoints or H-Bomber Guy and whatnot, but you can say that it inspired me, maybe make me a little more comfortable in taking the leap and doing it myself. It would definitely be a first. My first like review where I'm actually on camera, not counting any of these Let's Plays that I do, or these streams, or the Lessons Learned podcast that I'm part of, which I don't know how many of my audience actually realize that I'm on that. I could probably promote it a little bit more, but I try. I do what I can. That's part of the reason why I haven't tried streaming on Twitch, because most of my audience is here, and I feel like if I tried to go to Twitch, I definitely wouldn't get any views. Not that it really matters to me, but I mean, the audience interaction is fun. But I'm sure I get some people to start following me, and maybe even like cross promotion, get people to notice my content some more that otherwise might not stumble across it on YouTube. And honestly, I've tried like re-uploading these streams over on Twitch, but they're a pain because there's a 1 gig limit, and then that means you have to break these videos apart and then upload them individually, which of course takes time. And then of course now they just want you to like do these premieres on the videos that you upload there, and it's like kind of a pain. Especially if I'm going to be re-uploading videos that already have a chat box in them. Not even entirely sure if this is like recording properly from where I am. So if anybody's watching this on like the VODs or whatnot, I might just be talking, flapping my lips and not even saying anything. Although when I went to go post this message in the office, I can hear my dryer going, which stopped as soon as I came back over here. So that was kind of my primary concern. I did intentionally boost the gain on the microphone just to make sure that I would be heard from back over here. I am trying to talk a little louder than I normally am, because I tend to be a quiet person, a little meek. Yeah, but anyways, yeah, back on topic, I guess. Like, veer into different directions. Yeah, House of Beef. Yeah, it's something that kind of did slip my radar because again, life, work, depression. You think of depression, I'd sit and look at more furry porn, but I don't know, maybe I'm losing my attention span or my interest sometimes. Anyways, I totally did not see any of the... Haven't really seen much of Bradford's stuff because I follow a bunch of people on FA, and of course I tend to just sometimes just look at what my first page on my submissions, and that's it. I don't even bother like erasing them, which I should. So, not like I keep telling myself I'm gonna come back and look at every single thing, but I don't because I don't have the time. And even if I do take time off for work, honestly, there's probably better uses of my time than looking at furry porn for like a week just to catch up on my submissions. Like make more videos. Or do more crap on Dragon Age Inquisition. Yeah, so like I mentioned in that, like it's fine. Like I really like the character models. I kind of wonder what would if Team Gachimuchimon had like somebody as skilled as Bradford and make their models look good and livelier and more appealing, would they been a little more successful? But I can't really think of what is. I think they also kind of had some other things too. But yeah, Bradford so far. I mean, it's Patreon funded, so that's good. I don't follow him on Patreon. I don't actually follow anybody on Patreon because I'm broke. You think being a supervisor would pay decently? I mean, it does. It pays enough for me to buy a house, which is great, and be able to afford life, basic necessities, but I'm certainly not living on a high horse, and I have to watch my money every month. I wonder if I can reverse dupe. I'm not 100% sure if that if I can dupe by depositing and withdrawing. Whoops. But yeah, it's Patreon supported, so he's able to continue as long as he has an audience for it that's willing to pay for it month by month. That's great. It's an interesting evolution from going from a comic book to a visual novel, and especially for it being his first time, I'm personally impressed that it's just not a visual novel, like a literal just press enter to see more text and see the characters in different poses and then proceed to sex. There's actual like there's effort. Well, hit the microphone. There's effort in terms of trying to develop characters. Writing isn't all that great, if I'm being honest. It's bare. It's very bare minimum. Oh no, that's unfair. It's not bare minimum. It's passable. It's passable writing. Although I have the suspicion that if it's Bradford or maybe whoever, I think it's Bradford that's just single-handedly doing the writing. I get the sense that he might be like English as a second language, which might explain why I got the feeling that Julian is probably someone who is English as a second language. Whether that's like the Bradfords, I'm calling him Bradfords, it's Brawford's intent. If that was Brawford's intent, having him as an English as a second language character, which, I don't know, I'm gonna start getting political and stuff, which is something we talk a lot about on the Lessons Learned podcast over on twitch.tv/lessons learned 1. The 1 is important because there's someone else who already has lessons learned. Lessons learned 1. We do a weekly podcast with a fellow YouTuber, Lessons Learned. I don't think his name under YouTube is on Lessons Learned. I don't think he has enough subscribers to actually be able to customize his name. So you'd have to look at Lessons Learned, type in like Lessons Learned Mass Effect and stuff, and you will probably get his channel. It's like a blue icon with like a white L. Yeah, we tend to discuss a lot of politics and stuff, and actually we did sort of talk about the non-politics or the non-politicalness of AAA gaming when it comes to developers trying to pretty much be political with their games, but having their cake and eating it, saying, no, we're not trying to be political, man. You guys are reading too much into it. Even though we're clearly making a political statement. We start kind of talking about whether, author's intent versus, what the audience can read and interpret. Oh, there we go. We got our inventory full. Let's see how much gold we make. But in terms of author's intent versus what the audience can interpret, there's a word for it, I'm sure, and I can't think of it right now. So, I almost have 100,000 gold. So 91, so let's make millions. We gotta single-handedly fund this Inquisition. Not quite a million, but oh look, 500,000. 500,000 gold. I don't think I have any missions going on in the war table. But yeah, so author's intent. So going back to author's intent, I read that intent of whether that's Crawford's intent of making him English as second language or not. So I don't know. That's what I read into it, but of course, again, that might be his writing style, but I just get that vibe as someone who's actually also English as a second language. Granted, I took a lot of ESL classes when I was really young. I can remember taking them as early as like 3rd grade. I think I was in 3rd grade when I stopped taking English as a second language. That's why I don't...
You styled your hair that way for ages now, Leliana. Why don't we do something new with it?
I'm used to the way it is.
What about our commander?
He does something with his hair already.
Oh, it does look very nice today.
I don't...
You mean it just gets that way on his own?
Not entirely.
So, yeah, I was in ESL since like 3rd grade. Why I don't talk with an accent? At least I don't think I talk with an accent. In terms that you can tell that my first language is Spanish. I probably have this weird... I guess it would have to be Californian because that's where I'm from. The Californian accent... I describe my accent as colorless because it just sounds blah to me. And honestly, in Arizona, I also don't hear accents
like a bunny.
They have any weird dialects or anything.
I think I see it.
But not like when you kind of start veering towards the east side of the east coast of the United States, where everyone has a certain flavor to their voices. I consider myself colorless, but I'm sure that in itself is probably an accent. Trouble is, I'm castless. Okay. It's back, the less than gates, and more father than up here in its smithy. Wishes her father to know that all she has accomplished.
surface.
Let's use political favors. So yeah, that's what I interpret based on my own experience. I mean, whatever Julian's culture is a thing. I mean, it might be Hispanic. I'm not sure where Bradford is from, or Barford, sorry. Brawford is from. I mean, it could be South American, it could be Central American, could be Spaniard. I don't know. That's something I don't often see too much in furry content. At least I don't see a whole lot of it. And that's cultured furries. I don't really see much in terms of like, oh, this furry's from a different country, it has this culture, unless it's exotic or something. I mean, maybe I'm stereotyping and saying that most furries are white males. Because I know they're not. There's a lot of them that are.
Let's see what we have.
But there's a lot of them that clearly are from other countries.
All right.
There's a lot of furries from a lot of countries. I don't know though. Maybe I'm naive, or maybe I'm just not awoken. But I don't see a whole lot of culture when it comes to furries, or maybe it's just the people that I follow that don't seem to. They don't seem to have like a difference in terms of their culture when it comes to art representation. I mean, sometimes I follow some furries are Mexican and have these use like very vibrant Mexican colors, I guess. They use a very Mexican aesthetic to their art, and I think that's fantastic. I'm like, oh hey, it's Mexican, it's furries. It kind of makes me feel, I guess, relate to them a little more. Like, oh yeah, I know that's a thing. It's representing our culture and whatnot. But like, I don't see too much of that. Or I don't know. Maybe as furries maybe like fur culture is a little too homogenized, that we don't really bring a lot of our culture in terms of like where we're from. I mean, I could be wrong. There's definitely a lot of Japanese furries, and clearly they do a lot of, I guess, things I would probably consider Japanese. They're different. Of course, there's that language barrier, and I can't really understand what their culture is, but I like to watch. We share a common interest of furries, and I don't discriminate. As long as we can enjoy each other's arts and appreciate one another, I'm all for it. Of course, the creepy part is that we have, like, the world we live in. Furry Nazis are a thing. Like, legitimate furry Nazis. There's one thing where I like to draw furries who are Nazis because Nazi uniforms are hot and stuff, which I agree, uniforms can be hot. But, yeah. Like, actual, like, furries that are white supremacists that...
What did I tell you? Lowlanders from the north.
that are...
Why do they dress like that?
that don't like other people that aren't white. They're a thing, and that's sad. It's sad to think that... Well, I mean, I guess... Well, I guess for one, I guess Nazis can be, like, sexual deviants and be into things that the common people are. I I guess that's a good thing, maybe? But yeah, like it's like it's just a sad reminder. So like the other day I looked at Fur Affinity and there's like some porn that's someone commissioned that was what the hell's his name? The American Dragon Jake Long. I assume this is 18-year-old Jake Long because I believe he was a teenager in the TV show. I've never watched the TV show, but let's assume, for the sake of argument, I'm pretty sure this is adult Jake and it turned into a dragon and whatnot, and his dragon form, and he's fooling around with like these two completely faceless wrestlers. They're both human. Well, one of them's definitely Caucasian. The other one is darker skin, black, Middle Eastern, Mexican. I don't know. But yeah, I'm like, ooh, this is kind of hot. And it's I was gonna put in a comment like, wow, this is hot. And then I see a comment, someone asking, is there a white only picture of this? I'm like, wow. You know, let's not forget that, one, this is a commissioned picture, so the artist posting it, you know, it's like, this is what was commissioned of me. So, you know, why would I have a whites only picture? Like, it was like, can you release the whites only picture, please? Like, this could have been a troll, I mean. Probably not, though. My second, it's like, you need to realize that even if it was, I mean, even if both of them were white, it would still be interracial because I assume that Jake Long is like a Chinese American character, so I mean, there's that. That's like, wow, I can't even enjoy porn without coming across racism. On a furry website, no less. Oh, hey, I have a viewer. So, I'm sure you just walked into an interesting conversation with myself. Oh, I might have scared him off. Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess back to the original topic of House of Beef is, well, yeah, it's an okay game. It's Bradford's first attempt at visual novel. It's nothing groundbreaking, but I find it entertaining, especially if it's one of those things where, ooh, excuse me. It's one of those things where certain fetishes, they're not for me, but if you could make me like, this is kind of hot, even though it's not my thing, I can see why this is why some people might find this hot. This particular image, it might be hot, or I might find it hot. Like, there's that. So I'm totally down for like that. It's like, ooh.
Now open in Valroyo, the wares of my kin imported from his...
Make me like your fetish. It's a challenge. Just don't send me like child porn. That's gross. No.
We haven't sold here in a long time. With the Inquisition.
Too bad he doesn't have anything good to sell. Well, it's not useful to me. But yeah, the first attempt could have more choices, branching paths. I don't know, but it's certainly more exploration, more I don't know, object inventory items or puzzles. But I mean, if this is like your first time transitioning from a visual novel media from a comic book, like, that's, I know, I would expect I would normally expect somebody to just start easy, bare minimum, story with pictures, press enter to continue. So I'm impressed that he's taking it like a... Ooh, that actually might be decent. I'm actually impressed that he's willing to, like I said, improve himself and maybe start at a higher bar and do a little more. Do some, put some in exploration. I especially like that the maps aren't all the same, or at least if you enter from one point, you're not looking at the same static picture, it's a different static picture. No. It's the same room from a different angle. And granted, like I think the arrows could use some adjustments just so it makes it clear which way you're headed, but you can say that about a lot of like visual novels, or just even like old AAA games.
You're worrying me down with your shouting.
Then yeah, I'm not expecting the story to be anything like. No, I'm not expecting it to be like extracurricular activities and somehow just like, ooh, this looks like a cutesy dating sim with like some sexy furries I'm gonna bang. It's like, oh, you're talking about some dark subjects like depression and sexual assault and like what's the other one? Like depression, there's one character with sexual assault. Oh. What the hell? Oh, yeah, these are just codexes. Depression, sexual assault. I don't think Mr. Perfect had anything wrong with them necessarily. Neglectful parents. That the opposite of sexual assault. It's rage problems and anger management and being a sleep raper. I'm sure there's a name for that. I really need to make time for that game and catch up on it from the last time I played it. It's been months since I've been able to play that. So, nothing else to buy. Actually, no. There is something to buy. Forgot, there's this stupid little shop that... Buy the mystery box. Ooh.
You swear it's true. They saw her in Valchavan?
Her target's a dog for the Inquisition now.
I swear I heard she was in Starkhaven. How does she do it?
She has friends everywhere. That's all that matters.
Yeah, I'm not expecting House of Beef to be any deep, but I think it's interesting. It looks like it's... I don't think every visual novel needs to be deep or be like that one literature reading club thing that needs to have like dark issues and depression and suicide and stuff. At the same time, let's have some sexy time. No, every smut can be... It's fine to have like smut for the sake of smut, but as long as it's decently presented, and I guess I'm not going to just call it good, but let's just say have the art style be presented well, executed well. I don't want to just say make it good. That's not helpful to anybody. What is good? Visually appealing to most people. Objectively visually appealing. Dorian, I can't dupe any. I think they removed all the amulets of power for Dorian, except if you went Kunari with Iron Bowl, which I didn't. Okay, I guess you're gonna have to start going here. Just so I can get these, because there's nothing else good that you can use. So, tell me more about this mystery box.
I expect this visit shall be as fulfilling as the last. And then you may leave and purchase things from shops more aligned with your station.
I'll have you know that I'm the Inquisitor.
Of course you are.
I am.
And at this moment you are just as important as any other dreamer who enters my boutique. And just as deserving.
Well, goodbye then.
Mine's the flooring. It is not used to feet that have been subjected to soil.
Oh yeah, you asshole. Well. Huh. I think the price on that went down. So mysterious. Ooh. Life has some consequence. It's a gold nug. Da, 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 da. The big one.
I am undone. Buried in wealth, but undone.
Only 8,500 gold sovereigns. That's...
Purchased? What becomes of Darabon?
You want to come with me and...
I am undone.
I don't know, you could
Buried in
empty
wealth,
out my
but
chamber
undone.
pot, I guess. You want a job with the Inquisition? Address daughter. I guess this is what happens when I'm sleep deprived. Oh, I guess my hubby's back already. And my doggies are all set. One moment.
Worship? Okay, so... Skyhold caused quite a stir at Bearstone Hold. The feats of strength and skills were ravenous, exuberant, and quite necessary. According to Thane, Sunhair declared Skywatcher as good in fighting in the pit as he was in the bedroll. Give him a promotion. Still.
It tastes like diet garbage.
given our VAR tradition of knotting ceremonies for marriage. This gives a new meaning to the phrase "no strings attached." What? That's like contradictory. I don't get it. I'm thinking about our furry references. The big one. Our research is fascinated by the lurid fashion of the... We use that hurt.
To work?
Try that.
Did you really get like another...
Shut up and try it. Dr. Pepper. Try that.
I'd say that one has like a...
Yeah. It tastes like aspartame, not sugar.
Yeah, this tastes like almost like cough syrup.
It's nasty.
No,
Do you
which...
want it?
Yeah, I'll drink it.
all
So if you don't want... that right there, though, it tastes like it's missing a kick to it.
I should have gotten the one with the bottle, but it's cheaper.
Oh.
It still tastes better than whatever the fuck.
Yeah, I would say that one tastes better.
Because that is not Dr. Pepper. That's like Dr. Knockoff.
It almost tastes like a knockoff.
I think it is.
Which is weird because we've had these before.
Not these. These are from a different distributor.
True.
They're not the ones made in Dublin, Texas.
Dr. Pepper, Brita Baba. Yeah, the ones that we've got before at like Food City of all places.
They're really good. Manufactured under the authority of the Dr. Pepper Company.
Yeah, that just says, but it doesn't say who.
Yeah.
Don't get these from Target. They're not that great.
They're garbage. Cabbage. I'm not gonna smoke.
Yeah, you should have seen the mess I found under this. What? Guest approval.
We have a perfectly clean house.
No, you can blame the cat for that. All the bottle...
Everything under there.
Yes, all the bottle caps and...
Fucking scratching post and everything else. Oh no, weed!
You had a green card.
Still couldn't do it because it's not legal in the state of Arizona. I don't want you to get banned.
Well, I'm gonna wrap this up anyways. I just hopped on here to do grindy stuff and... That's pretty much it.
And I have my green card. Wink.
Keep the sausage party going in our party. Sausage party. Keep the sausage party going by keeping all men in our group. I'm gonna have to make like romance videos using the PC version or something. So there's a door around here, of course. Huh, I totally misspelled Basin in the menu of this game. I put it in, showing my English as second language. Uh-oh. What did we get attacked by? What you guys killed? Exclamation point! I know, there's suddenly a thing over here.
Inquisitor, Baron Ava Pierre Damotisan. I've come to
Still
consult
don't know why
with
we're
your
out here
soldiers
again.
on matters pertaining to natural threats. The beasts of these woods.
I mean, I know why we're out here. I
fear they've already claimed the life of my.
don't understand why we should care that we're out here. I mean, I guess I don't have to care.
What are you doing out here?
But I paid for the CLC, so I should be invested in it. I'm invested enough to have to go play through it because I paid money for it. But on a personal level, as an Inquisitor, I don't see why this is important at all. How it advances Inquisition, I mean, other than, again, street cred, how it advances Inquisition, how it would help stop Corythius, how it would help restore order.
Are my soldiers running into Providence?
I hadn't even been paying attention to this guy. Blah, 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 blah. I am French. I am French, what the hell is that called? I'm a French proxy.
Perhaps I might entrust these to you.
I should go.
Oops. Inquisitor. Words. Again. Why am I doing this again? Why am I being tasked with busy work? Again, I make a terrible supervisor because I always do a lot of the busy work myself. This game has taught me bad life habits as being at the top. That means we're probably going to get attacked. No, no.
I didn't think.
Whoops. No, that's your problem, Blackwall. You didn't think. Oh, you're fucking serious. One of these are out here too. Of course, because why wouldn't there be? I don't remember these being... I certainly hope these things aren't in fucking deep roads when I go there. I don't know, we'll start here. What the hell is there one all the way down here? I don't know, this. Here, and then here, then here. No, I did this wrong. Oops, I did this wrong again. Let's try this. No. Still think it starts here. So close. Aha! What the hell is this? A sword? An eye. Which of course means there's fucking 3 more. So here. What the hell? Didn't I walk over that? I swear that marker was like over here. Whatever, I found it. Go place that ward and unlock that camp. Because life has no consequence. I'm a biotic now. Pew! Pew 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 pew! Hit you with the warp field and put my biotic bubble on.
powerful. They just damage sponges. Turn invisible. Okay, they see me. Why am I not invisible? Fuck just killed me. Give you a massage with my magic fingers. This park is teleported. Set up again. Right, well it is midnight, so I think I'm gonna go to bed now. Alright. Well, so anyone who sees this, thanks for watching. And then to the one person who briefly showed up and was probably scared away. Thanks.